classroom without getting wet, and go out and turn right and go through the lockers and get to your classroom. Science building. Good luck.
So today's the last break before Christmas. No stress on finals. It's football, guys. And let's keep this break quick since we have AP exams after this.
Okay, so today at lunch, room 6 is the final financial presentation, the final one of the semester. So we're going to be covering a wide range of topics from diversification and really like historical proof that diversification works, as well as the impact of fees. So just kind of a crazy statistic. If you look at the past 10 years of stocks, 50% of them or half of them are negative. If you look at the past 10 years of mutual funds, 1 out of 4,000 mutual funds is negative. Diversification works. Thanks. Okay, so yesterday the boys soccer team had a game here against Trey. We won 7-1. So.
Since I've been at York in the last 4 years, is being undefeated for the first 2 games. That's very rare. Second, I would like to give a huge shout out to Mr. Peters and everyone who helped set up the field. They brought parkas, they brought overhangs for our team and the visiting team, and did an amazing effort to keep us warm during that game and not let us get
Tomorrow, we have our 3rd game of the season. We're trying to go 3-0. It's here against Stevenson. At 3:30. We're like,
everyone come up.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So this is just an announcement for the seniors. Your senior pages and photos are due January 1st, so please start. We sent multiple emails, so you should have it. It might be in spam. If you still can't find it, just tell us or email us and we'll send it to you again. But please do it.
Semantic Club meeting tomorrow at lunch.
The theater is always, this one's kind of important because it's the last time we're playing the Wii U version before we move on to Ultimate, which will be next year. So, yeah, come. Thank you very much.
Q&A meeting today at lunch, room 4. We're going to watch a movie and have lots of snacks. Yeah, so please come. Thank you.
Hi guys, so we're just going to announce what's happening the next few days in terms of Spirit Weeks, just to remind you.
Nice sweater.
Huh?
Nice sweater.
Thank you.
So today is Ugly Sweater Day, and since Ugly Christmas Sweater Day, or holiday, and we're gonna take pictures in the library since it's raining in the commons. And what's also happening in the library is
We're going to be making cards. As Danica announced last time, we're going to be making cards. So that's going to be happening in the library. It's going to be a little assembly train. People stamp the cards, pass it on. People color the cards, pass it on, write little notes on them. It's going to be really fun, really stress-free, and everything like that. That's also going to be happening tomorrow at lunch in the library as well, along with Santa, who's coming, right? And so you've noticed that this week for Spirit Weeks, it's been the most spirit that we've ever seen. I mean, more than half the school came out to participate for gingerbread making, for the cider, everything. So thank you so much for that. And so right now, just to keep the spirit high during this rainy season, we want to see which class is most ready for Santa. So we're going to start the 8th grade and see which class is going to be the loudest for Santa, okay? So 8th grade, how excited are you for Santa to come?
from caffeine overload, I settle into place as the starter raises his arm. Runners, take your mark, get set, click. The starting gun doesn't go off, and I anxiously take in my surroundings as we step back in confusion. Once again, I hear the command. Runners, take your mark, get set, and with the shot still ringing in my ears, I lift my head and stride forward, wondering how many of the JV runners who began the race in nearly a full sprint fall back. Even as we round the first oak trees, only 200 meters in, my limbs feel heavy. First I worry I over-warmed up, then I worry I under-warmed up, but I tell myself it's just nerves. After all, this may be the last race of the season for most of the runners here, but for me, this is my first race over 400 meters in 3 years. As the cheers from the start grow distant, I try to map out the course in my mind. And picking a place near the middle of the path, I choose an opponent to place myself against. Sharp pains shoot through my shins as we break out onto the asphalt portion of the race. Now about a half mile in, I am wondering how I will ever be able to complete the race with a respectable time. Soon my mind starts to wander. How far ahead are the girls in first? Will I ever be able to catch any runners I know from other schools? Water polo sure won't help with these hills. But I tell myself, after it feels like an eternity, I approach the mile marker. We're nearing the end of the flat, easy trails. And with each heavy stride, I slow my pace a little. I was a track runner after all. I can catch up later. Focusing on placing one foot in front of the other, I listen to the raspy breathing approaching from behind. I worry about my pace once again. Am I saving too much of my energy? But I try to put that to the back of my mind. I just need to focus on the trail ahead. I feel each muscle in my body strain as I pick up my pace over the first of the 3 draining hills. My feet slip to the front of my shoes as I lurch forward over a scheming tree root, only regaining my balance as I continue up the incline. As more and more runners begin to pass me, I tell myself that it's just a race. I can't even compete as part of the team. But when I hear spectators encourage athletes from other teams, telling them that they can pass me, I know I must prove them wrong. I will focus on doing my best for myself and the team. With my eyes glazed over and my hair swinging back and forth to each shoulder, I hear an opposing team's coach shout not to walk, his blended frustration and enthusiasm lost on the day's runners as they near the last of the never-ending peaks. As I look ahead to the rising dust, I feel my stomach tighten once again. With just under 800 meters left, it is time to increase my pace. I clench and loosen my fist, reminding myself of the little strength I have left. As I round the turn, as I make the last turn around the playground, I look to the grass on the sidelines. Many of the runners have already finished. Some stagger to lie flat on the grass, while others already prance to the cool-down laps, smiling and laughing among themselves. But I know I must not let myself dwell on their success. I can celebrate my own when I finish. 400, 300, 200 meters. I feel others start to approach. Their shadows close in, undertaking the race to the orange fencing, but that doesn't faze me. As I round the turn to the final 100-meter stretch, I lock in on my targets, those who had passed me. While I may not be able to keep up with those in first, I will do my best and I will run my own race. I hold my pace for 20 more meters. Raising my head into the now foggy air, I feel the mist breeze by, and with my hair trailing behind, my pain and fear turn to joy as I surge forward, past the final sycamore tree. Thank you.
Don't forget to check if you lost anything.
Yeah!
So, after my announcement on Wednesday, I realized that I omitted a very important person that was part of this all-league recognition, and that was Juliet Oliver for spectacular running this year on the girls' cross-country team. All the people that we recognized on Wednesdays that were called up here, along with Juliet, stay here, come up here, and we're going to get a photo with all of you. Thank you.
tonight our instrumental winter concert is happening at 7 p.m. If you are a part of that, please stand up so we can give you some good band, strings, and jazz band are performing tonight, and then next Tuesday, students who are in chamber choir and choir will be singing on Tuesday night. So come tonight, it will be starting in the theater at 7 p.m. Thank you.
I want to confess that I feel a little uncertain about the role of gaming here on campus, but there is something I feel really certain about, and the leaders on the faculty and the staff feel certain about. There's no place for mature-rated games on campus, and there's no place for first-person and third-person shooters here on campus. It's just not, it's not a part of our values. There is a place for Smash Brothers. We're going to do that tomorrow, and we have a club that does that, and that's a fun place to do that. The other thing is there's also no place for yelling of profanity and acting crazy. And I've gotten feedback from students that are bothered by the fact that that is happening on our campus. And so I want to make it really clear that if you want to have some level of gaming here, you need to think about how it affects other people on this campus. And if you have further questions, I'd love to have this conversation. I'm really fascinated by this conversation. And I also encourage you to use the student council as leadership to submit a proposal if you have questions or concerns about that rule. Thank you.
Especially if you're a young driver and you just haven't been driving very long. Please be careful. I'll tell you that my driving here today was a little white knuckle, and I've been driving for a long time just because the rain was coming down so hard I could barely see in front of me. So do take care. And not that you have to dress like Carmen Sandiego. Do I look like Carmen Sandiego?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Another appropriate video game.
That's good. Nothing to do with Carmen Sandiego, but do just be aware that there are dry passages to get to most places. I realize it's tough when you're going to the science building or you're going over to Dane Hall, but try to remember that if you get wet, you're going to be wet all day unless you happen to bring a towel with you. And that will mean that you'll be sitting in your classrooms cold and shivering. And it's not just an old wives' tale, but it's actually true that when you do that, your immune system is decreased. You know you don't want to be getting sick for the weeks to come, especially for after a couple of weeks from now when you get to be doing fun things during the break. During the winter break. So speaking of the couple weeks coming up, we are still in need of people to be willing to sell pizzas. On Monday, December 3rd and Tuesday, December 4th, those are our ex-review days. It looks like it's a bring your own lunch on Wednesday for the reading day. And Friday, December 7th, Monday, Tuesday, December 10th and 11th, and then if you're here for the makeup exam day, to bring your own lunch. So if you're willing to sell pizzas again next Monday and Tuesday, and Friday, Monday and Tuesday, would you please let Ms. Saniko know as soon as possible? Otherwise, I guess we're all going to be very, very hungry. Okay, really important too is Friday, tomorrow evening, from 4 to 6 is the holiday party in the library. This is for everybody. I don't know, somehow the word got out that it was only for sophomores. I don't know why you did that. It's for everyone. It's for families, parents, bring the kids. You guys come after your game. If your game isn't canceled due to the rain, come on over from 4 to 6. And I know that you all would really relish hearing your music faculty do some special things for you. So come, 4 to 6 tomorrow in the library.
Okay, in absence of the college counselor, I know you guys are all thinking about your exams coming up and the winter break, but you come back all refreshed. Don't forget, grades 10 through 12 will be the college panel, so York alumni are going to come back and talk to you about how great it is to transition from York to university. And for the seniors, you get to have a pizza lunch with faculty and whoever's on the college panel. So that's on January 3rd.
So Mrs. T found a lot of money from the senior parking lot to Day Hall, and if you can guess the amount, then I'll give it to you. Thank you.
I just want to offer a big thank you to 2 members of the community, and I'm inviting everyone to participate in the next few days and thanking those individuals. If you've been in the library recently, you will have noticed that it looks very different from how it looked last year. And while that project is not yet completed, and it may not be completed until second semester, and there will be time when it is completed to thank members of the advancement office and the business office and faculty and staff who participated in helping create this beautiful new library for us. There are 2 members of our community who have done more with giving of their time and their energy to this project than anybody else. And one of those is James Pasanowski.
Yeah!
And the other, it comes as no surprise, and I really encourage you to stop by her beautiful new circulation desk and thank her in person, one by one, in the coming days. Mrs. McDowell, thank you so much. Thank you for such an amazing semester, for your support and your participation. I just want to give a huge shout out to my man Tom Leo for his dedication and his hard work. Thank you. I'll see you guys next year, and when we come back, we're going to have a shorter break.